my channel. Tish here with Teaching According to Tish. And yes, I look different. I just came back from my cruise and I decided to do a little different hairstyle just so that I can have a hands-free, worry-free time on my vacation. But I'm back and I'm excited because guess what? It is time for me to get back into my classroom. Sadly, I can't do that until Wednesday. So today I'm just going to share with you guys some of the things that I found out about this school year. So unfortunately, my principal made an arrangement with the custodial staff to not let teachers in until Wednesday. I did email to see if I can get in tomorrow, just because, as you've seen from my other videos, my classroom was left a hot mess. So there was stuff all over the classroom and all of the storage compartments. And I just wanted to have an extra day to go through those things so that when I go in to start working on my classroom, I can actually focus on working on my classroom. So looks like I'm gonna have to bust my bottom on Wednesday, try to get that stuff done in the morning, just to have it cleaned out so that I can actually start to get my classroom ready for this school year. So we are allowed to get in, I believe, around 7 or 7:30 in the morning, and then the building closes at 6 o'clock. Normally they say that, but sometimes I stay a little later, so we'll see about that. So my goal is to have the classroom cleaned out by lunchtime, and then that way when I come back from lunch, like I said, I could just spend time focusing on getting my room situated. So I was going back and forth about what to do about those infamous green walls in my classroom. And although I do like the color, it just doesn't go with my color scheme. So I have decided to paint instead of using that butcher paper to cover up those walls. Painting one will be cheaper. I did get an email from Sherwin-Williams for 40% off that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to get the sample size. I think I'll get 2 just in case, because it is a dark color and I might have to do 2 or 3 coats. Well, I know I will definitely have to do 2, but just in case I have to do 3 coats, I'll have it. And with the 40% off, those samples will be less than $4. Whereas the paper roll that I got, even though it's super big, I think it's about 108 feet long, it was $12 and some change. So it's actually going to be cheaper for me to paint. I already have all the supplies at home that I use at home, so I don't have to worry about that. I just need to find some painter's tape or some masking tape to use to just tape off the wall so I don't make any mess. So that's that. I got my schedule as far as my electives, or specials as we call it in elementary school here, and I get my planning at the end of the day. So this is super exciting and beneficial if you have planning at the end of the day or either at the beginning of the day. It is such a great asset to have as a teacher, because you have that time to make sure you are ready for the whole entire day. So let's just say I didn't get through a lesson, or there's something that I need to reteach, then I can make those adjustments during my planning and be ready for the next day. Or if I need to make copies, I can make all my copies that day before and I'm all set for that day and don't have to worry about anything. So I absolutely love having planning. I tend to like to plan in a batch, so I will have like most of my lessons done before school starts, so therefore I'll have my planning time to just do whatever else I need to do and not plan, like to make those adjustments. So I'm super excited about that. And we get an hour for our lunch and recess, which is super amazing. Coming from middle school, all we got was 25 minutes, which was not enough. But having recess just helps because it gives you that extra time to just really unwind. And I am so appreciative of this, y'all. I am loving elementary school already. So yeah, so that's that. So the next time you'll see me will probably be me on my way to work on Wednesday, unless I decide to like go shopping or something, which I shouldn't do. But there's still some more things that I need to get. So other than that, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, if not sooner. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am at my school. I did go yesterday to get the paint. That is all I did because I had some work to do for my brand According to Tish. So I had to do that, and then this morning I also had to do something for that with one of the brands that I'm working with and send over an invoice and my W-9 for that collaboration. So make sure I did that before I left the house this morning. So it's actually 8:08. I'm just getting here. I wanted to be here over half an hour ago. But super excited to show you the space. All right, let's go. Welcome to my classroom. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the door. So as soon as you come into the door, you have the restroom there, and it's typical little restroom. And then you have the wall of cabinets that has all of the junk that I need to go through today. It looks like it was a STEAM room or a STEM room for STEM activities or either science. I don't know, but they have like all this stuff here. I checked in these cabinets and they're all filled. This is your wardrobe and then more storage. And as you can see, there's something everywhere. More things over there that looks like science or STEM. The infamous green wall that I'm going to paint over. This is going to be the reading area. The door goes to like a courtyard. This is the other green wall. I don't want those two file cabinets, so hopefully I can get rid of them. There's a window there. My desk is here. My computer's up there. We don't see a printer, so I don't know if we get our own printers. So right by my desk area is the smart board. Then you have the whiteboard. Another. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing.
Okay, the custodian came in, so I had to stop and talk to him about some things. But yeah, let's continue. So right after the bulletin board, you have like some free space that has all these flowers. I already started taking some down. Another bookcase here with a ton of garbage in it. And then these are all of the cubbies, and it leads back to the door, and I'm gonna have to get like a curtain or something to hang up there for lockdowns. I didn't realize how big it was, but that's the other thing that I was telling you guys about that had the green paint. And then you have my front door. So these are the 6 desks that I was telling you about, and then I have 3 of these tables that are super low. That's a computer table that I don't want. This one's super high, and another computer table. So yeah, the custodian asked me if I wanted or needed all these tables. I told him that I would prefer desk, so he said he would see. I know that I also need to talk to the admin assistant about that as well, just for like furniture. She said something about it when I first came to visit, that she would have to give me some desk in here. I just prefer the desk. I don't mind having a table or 2 just because I do like to have flexible seating, but then you don't have that storage. So I will see what happens with that. And I don't know how many students I have, so that's another thing. I don't know how many students I'm gonna have, so that will determine that too. If I don't have a large classroom, then, well, if I don't have a large class, then the tables are okay. But if I have a large class, I would prefer the desk because then they're smaller, easier to arrange, and you can get more students in with the desk than you can with a table. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to, well, finish cleaning up. And I almost forgot to mention that I already got the staff shirt. I'm not gonna show you it exactly because it has our school's name on it, and I can't tell you that, so yeah. Alright, so I'm making progress. I empty out all of the trash from here. This is a stack of copy paper that I probably won't even need. And then I left the dictionaries up there just until I figure out what to do with those. These are like intervention plans that I don't know if I'm gonna have to have in here or not, but I really don't want them in here because they're taking up a lot of space. I checked all the cubbies. There was some stuff in the cubbies as well that I got rid of. I moved all of the books that was over there here into the reading area. The custodian got most of that stuff out for me already, so I'm doing great on time. He's gonna bring me desk. I just need to clean this area now, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do next. My battery died, so I had to charge it, so that's why I didn't record. But this is the progress that I've made so far. I've had so much stuff thrown out. All of that up there is loose leaf paper. Those are composition notebooks, folders, construction paper that I might be throwing away just because it's all wrinkled and ripped and stuff. This is more trash. They don't really recycle here, so that is a problem. So that's why I have trash in a recycle bin. Don't know about that. Don't know about this. And then these are books and stuff. This is all science that I don't need. This I don't know if we're going to use. They look brand new and were never used. This is something else that I don't know if they're going to use because it's still in the packaging. It had not been used. This is all of the Ready books that I found, and I do use Ready. I actually love using Ready for language arts, so I'm going to keep that. These are all of the writing and readers, well, not all of them, it's more over there. Lucy Calkins Writers and Readers Workshop, and then there's the other two of those. This program I've never heard of, so I don't know if they use that or not, so don't know what I'm gonna do with that. And then these were all 4th grade and up, like language arts aids that I want to use. These are like teaching things that I don't really want. So I started a pile of things that I don't want that other teachers can have, or either things that I don't know if I have to keep in here. And then all that stuff on there too is like stuff for other teachers. So, oh, this is like social studies things that I don't know if I need to keep as well. So it is just after 11, like 11:10. I think I'm gonna hook up the computer just to get it off of the file cabinet because I don't want that. And then I'm going to prep the walls so that I can start painting for when I come back from lunch. I might also start to tackle the library area as well because there's not much more that I can do. So I think I am going to have to go get some more paint. So I finished the one wall, and as you can see, you can still see where the lights are, the painted lights. Thankfully this side doesn't have as much, but I just don't know how many coats it's going to take to cover that. And I only brought one brush and one roller, so I can't really use the other paint that I got to act as a primer. But I'm at half of the can, or whatever it's called, the jug. I already used half of the jug, so I think I might have to get another one, so we shall see. spider webs everywhere. Hey guys, so it is 1:42. I am done painting the 2 accent walls with the first coat. I ran out of paint. Well, not really, but I won't have enough paint to do the second coat of both and to paint the section over the door. I don't know what to paint the section over the door, and this one goes all the way over here. No one else's is painted in this area or in the front or in the back. But my room is. So this is what the paint's looking like now, and it's just about dried. So you can really see that I'm gonna need that second coat, possibly a third coat. So I need to go get some more paint for that. And then this is the one on my side by my desk. I also went and grabbed my student's desk from my team teacher. She had the extra desk in her classroom. So now I believe I have just enough for 17 students, because I have 15 in my class, she has 17 in hers, and we just swap the kids out each day. So I'm about to go to pick up the paint. Probably should have just gotten it yesterday, but yesterday I just had this gut feeling that I wasn't going to need it at all, and then I was going to be stuck with this whole thing of paint that I couldn't do anything with. So it's like, I'd rather just make sure that I'm going to use what I have, and then if I really need it, then go get it, because then I know I'm going to use it. So I need to do that. I need to get lunch anyway, so that's what I'm about to do. I am super excited about only having 17 students maximum, because that just means the class is going to be fun, and I don't have to worry too much about classroom management. Because if you just have the 1 or 2 super naughty kids, they're easier to manage when you have less children, and plus you get to give your kids so much more attention when it's less of them. So I feel so blessed right now. So last year they had only 2 4th grade classes with 27 kids, and each of them about like 27 each, which is what they told me at the interview. So I was expecting to have like 25 kids in each class, but because they split it into 4, we now only have 15 and 17 kids in our class, and then the other people probably have about the same, the other people. And then the other teachers probably have about the same, like 30, 32 kids amongst them. So super excited about that. All right, so let me figure out where the closest Sherwin-Williams is so I can go get the paint and figure out what I'm gonna eat, because I'm hungry and I'm gonna be here until the building closes at 6 today. All right, so it looks like the closest Sherwin-Williams is about 2 miles away. I don't see any food around there, so I guess I'm just gonna have to figure that out, or just get food somewhere around here that I really don't want to get. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and head out and do that. Make sure I have my paint strip with me and my wallet, so that I can actually purchase the paint and food. So I'll see you guys when I get back into the room. Okay, so I just got back about 5 minutes ago, and it's 3:30. The Sherwin-Williams that GPS took me to was like the actual distribution center. It wasn't a store. Then it took me so far out to the next one. So I got the paint, but it had me over there by Five Below. So I figured I might as well go in there and get my exercise balls while I'm in this area. That way I don't have to drive all the way there just to get that, because the only reason I would need to go over there was to go to Five Below anyway. So I get to Five Below. They don't have the exercise balls in the color that I wanted, which was teal, that they had 3-4 weeks ago. So now they have all these other colors. Didn't even have blue, didn't even see the pink. So I didn't see any of the colors. So no exercise balls for flexible seating for now. I do have my donor shoes if you would like to donate to help to get some flexible seating furniture in my classroom. That link will be in the description box below. Every dollar counts. So Even if you can only do $1, that's awesome. So thank you. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and start painting above the doorway, and then paint these 2 walls with the second coat. Hopefully that's all I need. Found out that I have a bulletin board that I have to do in the hallway. So I have to do that bulletin board. Thankfully I only have one, and I don't know what happened to it, but it's all jacked up. So I have to do that bulletin board. So let's see if I can get all of that done today. I feel like I'm still on time as far as my schedule, because today all I planned on doing was cleaning out and painting. So as long as I can get the painting done, then I'm fine. But like I said, it's 3:36 now, and the building closes at 6 o'clock. So I have more than enough time to get that stuff done. It didn't take me long to paint, and now it shouldn't take as long because I'm only doing that second coat for those 2 walls. Well, this will probably take a little bit longer because there's a lot of cutting in, and I need to tape so I don't get it on like the ceiling or anything on the edges on the outside. So yeah, and I don't have a ladder. I somehow managed to get paint on the ceiling. And I can't get it off. Okay, so that took me about 20 minutes just to paint that. So I used the first jar of paint to do all the first coat. I just have a tad bit more paint left. That is all the paint that I have left, which is not much. There's probably like 1 roll's full. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the second coat on these 2 walls. Now I'm regretting that I painted because I'm so over it. I'm like so over painting now. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the second coats on the other 2 walls, and then do that second coat, see if I need to do 3rd coat over where the lights were painted on there. And then I'm gonna try to get that bulletin board outside. Not the whole bulletin board, but the paper, and if I could find some border, because all of my paper and border are at my old school. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm not gonna bore you guys while you sit there watching, waiting for paint to dry. So I will check back in with you guys once I'm done to show you what it looks like. Okay, so it is only 5:27 and we got kicked out of the building. I guess there was some kind of miscommunication with the custodial staff that's there today that's closing the school, because whoever it was had to go to their second job and he kicked us out. And since he made the announcement, I realized that my clock in my room is just a tad bit slow, because I think it was saying that it was 5:06 and he said it was like 5:10 or something. So I need to make sure that I adjust that time. I'd rather that time on a clock be faster than slower. But yeah, so I didn't get to finish painting because we got kicked out so early. So I just got the 1 wall done, the 1 accent wall done, and then I started doing the other accent wall once he made the announcement. So that kind of sucks. So I am determined to get there as soon as the doors open tomorrow morning. That way that I can finish painting and do everything else that I need to do before Michael and I move my stuff from my old school to this school, because that was supposed to be the plan, that everything that I needed to be done by myself would be done before he helped me move my stuff. So I was ahead of schedule. Now I'm behind schedule because I didn't get to finish painting the walls. And even had I finished painting the walls, I definitely would not have had time to do the bulletin board. And like, the paint is just, it's not sticking in certain places, and it just seems like I'm not hitting certain places, even though I'm paying attention and making sure that I'm going every single square foot. So I might have to do a third coat, or I might just not even care if the little light shadow shows through the paint, which is where I am at this point. Like, I really don't care if that light, I really don't care if the light is showing through the paint. And I'm talking about the lights that were painted on the wall. Like, I really am not gonna care now if you can see a shadow of it. So I'm just gonna do the second coat tomorrow, and then I'm gonna get to setting up my room. So what I'm probably gonna do tonight is figure out my desk arrangements. Now that I know what type of desk I have and how many students I have, I'm so excited. The custodian kept asking me what tables I want, what desk I want, and I really just did not know. And this is a first for me because I took the summer off and I was like, I'm not gonna think about it until until August. So I hadn't thought about seating arrangements because I didn't know how many students I was gonna have. And just like how I bought 6 of those Sterilite bins, I don't need all 6 for my students, so I would probably just use the other 2, because I would probably only need 3 or 4 for them. Like, if I do 3 groups of, well, it'd be 2 groups of 5, 1 group of 7, or maybe 2 groups of 6 and 1 group of 5. That sounds better. So yeah, 2 groups of 6 and 1 group of 5. And then I still have the trapezoid tables in there that I can use as well. So I'm gonna go so I don't talk too much. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a vlog in itself, but just in case it is, let me go ahead and close this one out. And yeah, so thank you guys for joining me today on day 1 of my classroom setup, and I will be back tomorrow with another one. My goal is to have mostly everything major done by Friday, so that Monday morning all I have to do are the finishing touches, like do stuff over the weekend that I can do at home, like maybe use my Silhouette to cut things, or make like the little tissue paper flowers, because all my tissue paper is at my other school as well. So the goal is to have everything done by Friday. So yeah, I'm like so excited though. I'm so excited. So I'll see you guys next time. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and welcome to my channel, and I will see you guys later.